We got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, both of these statements are true. The attempted assassination attempt against Donald Trump yesterday was utterly horrible and should be condemned, strongly condemned by everyone. No matter what you think about Donald Trump, no matter how you feel about Donald Trump, what happened yesterday is horrible and should be condemned by every American, not just Trump's supporters, by everyone. That shouldn't be controversial. That shouldn't be a big deal to say that. That's true. And I'll bet right now, listening to me, there aren't many people who disagree with that statement. That what happened yesterday is horrible and it should be condemned by everyone. Stop. This is also true. There is no politician alive in America today. There is no public figure alive in America today that spews more hate and incites more violence than Donald Trump does. Stop. That's also true. That's also a fact. And we should be able to acknowledge both. And I'm not necessarily saying that either one of those statements has anything to do with the other. What happened to Trump yesterday, what could have happened to Trump yesterday is horrible. And Donald Trump right now, these days, spews more hate. And with his reckless, dangerous rhetoric, incites more violence than any other politician in this country. A mature country would be able to acknowledge both those truths. A mature country, when there is an assassination attempt, and that's what it was yesterday. That guy on the golf course, a couple holes ahead of Donald Trump, by all appearances, he was waiting for, in the bushes, in the hedge, he was waiting for Trump to get to the hole that he was hiding on and to fire at Trump. And there were voices on the left that poo-pooed what happened yesterday, that downplayed what happened yesterday, that made light of. He never fired a shot, Joe. Move on. Enjoy your afternoon. He wasn't anywhere near Trump. Let's move on. Go have fun this Sunday. No big deal. Trump wasn't shot at. I heard that and saw that kind of talk all day yesterday from people who oppose Donald Trump. Man, that's shitty. That's reprehensible. A planned assassination attempt against any candidate for president is a big deal, is a serious deal. And it's not to be made light of. It's not to be laughed at. You know me, I'm no fan of Donald Trump, not at all. But my God, I'm glad this morning. I was glad yesterday that the Secret Service engaged and apprehended this guy so that he could never have a shot to try to take out Trump. I'm glad that Donald Trump was unharmed. Doesn't matter what I feel about Donald Trump. Any candidate for president should be safe. And any attack, any attempt at an assassination against any candidate for president, again, should be condemned by all of us and taken seriously by all of us, no matter your political persuasion. In fact, many people said yesterday, and I agree with this, both of these statements are true. Donald Trump deserves more security, a better, higher level of security on the campaign trail than he's getting right now. I believe that. Again, it doesn't matter what I think about Trump. I believe there's no politician in America right now that spews more hate than Donald Trump does. Every time Donald Trump opens his mouth, he's hating on someone, hating on some group of people. He's still the Republican nominee for president. And I now think we're at a point where any major party nominee for president deserves the same level of security, Secret Service security, law enforcement security, that the sitting president and the sitting vice president of the United States gets. What happened yesterday should be condemned by everybody. Trump deserves better security. That's all true. But this is all true as well. Trump's the biggest megaphone. He's by far the biggest megaphone for hate in this country right now. My God, the morning of, before the attempted assassination, Donald Trump tweeted out on Truth Social, in all caps, "I hate Taylor Swift." In all caps. Every day Trump opens his mouth. Every day he takes to Twitter or Truth Social or anything, he's hating on someone. There is no politician in America today that spreads more hate and through ugly, dangerous rhetoric incites more violence than Donald Trump does. He needs to stop. Like, we should be able to say Donald Trump's life should never be in danger. I condemn all political violence, but damn it, Trump needs to stop spewing hate. Donald Trump needs to stop inciting violence. And every day and every week he does, and you need look no further than these brown and black migrants are killing and eating your pets. That's the hate. That's the incitement to violence. That's the lie that Donald Trump has been spreading this past week. Haitian migrants eating your pets. And we've gone through it before. Others have gone through it before. It's all bullshit. It's all disinformation. It's all a lie. But by spreading that hate against Haitian migrants, particularly in Springfield, Ohio, Haitian migrants now in Springfield, Ohio, have faced the butt of violence. Schools have been shut down. There have been bomb threats. There have been evacuations. Because Trump's dangerous, reckless, dishonest hate has incited threats of violence against Haitian migrants in Springfield, Ohio. And that's just the latest Trump target. So if you can't handle both of those truths, that any attempt to harm or hurt Donald Trump, the candidate for president for the Republican Party, is dead wrong, and I condemn it and I take it seriously. If you can't both embrace that truth and accept that truth and agree with that truth and agree with the other truth that Trump's the greatest purveyor of hate in this country right now, and damn it, he's got to stop, because nobody puts more people's lives in danger right now than Donald Trump does. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but you're tying the two together, Joe. Like you're saying Trump deserved this second assassination attempt, Joe, just like he deserved the first. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But if you're Donald Trump, and I did say but if you're Donald Trump, and you make an effort every time you speak to hate on people, to spread hate, to spread lies about people, to get your voters enraged and angry at people, when you do that over and over and over, and Trump does that every time he speaks, you're going to piss people off. You're going to piss off nuts and kooks and angry, crazy people. And it sounds like this guy yesterday was an insane nut. But if you're Donald Trump and you're out there every day spewing hate, pointing at the other, pointing at the left, pointing at Nancy Pelosi's husband, pointing at brown and black people. If you're out there every day, Donald Trump, doing that, man, eventually, it's not surprising that someone's going to say, I've had enough. I got to stop him. He's putting people's lives in danger. Trump is the megaphone for hate in this country. We see it everywhere. We see it all around. And we've got Trump supporters blaming the left and leftists for this attempted violence against Donald Trump. They don't know that. This shooter, this potential shooter, did not at all sound like a leftist at all. In fact, he voted for Trump in 2016. In fact, he came out a year ago and said he supported a Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy ticket. This guy was no crazy leftist. Trump's own hateful, ugly, divisive, reckless, dangerous rhetoric, which is constant, which is a drum beat. He is a megaphone for hate. If you choose to be a megaphone for hate, it's not surprising that people are going to hate on you. And then it's not surprising that kooks and sick people will then not only hate on you, but attempt an act of political violence against you, an act of political violence that I condemn, that we all condemn, because I condemn, we all condemn political violence. But if I'm a Trump supporter, if I'm a Trump advisor, I'm telling Donald Trump to stop all the hate. Because it's going to boomerang, it's boomerang back against him. And it's hitting brown and black migrants in Springfield, Ohio, and all over the country, purely because Donald Trump and J.D. Vance lied about these people eating cats and dogs. Look, this isn't complicated. It really isn't. I oppose political violence. And every American should say this, and every American should agree with what I'm saying right now. I oppose political violence. I oppose what happened to Donald Trump yesterday, what could have happened to Donald Trump. I condemn with every bone in my body what could have happened to Trump yesterday. What this madman did was trying to do. And I'm damn thankful and damn glad that Donald Trump is unharmed. But I also oppose Donald Trump because he is a threat to democracy. And democracy is on the ballot this November. And just like there have been plenty of people on the left laughing at, downplaying what happened to Trump yesterday, which is dead wrong. No doubt, right? And I've seen it, I've heard it. There are so many Trump supporters who say and said to me and have said to me that what I said just right there is inciting people like this guy to go after Trump. I believe Trump is a threat to democracy. I'll continue to say that because I believe that. I believe democracy is on the ballot this November, and I will continue to say that because I believe that. And I'm sure, again, there are bad, sick, crazy people out there who believe that as well. And there may be bad, sick, crazy nuts out there like this guy who might try to act on that belief. But for Trump supporters to say, when Joe Walsh says that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, and they said this yesterday, when Joe Walsh says Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, Joe Walsh is inciting this violence against Trump, which is utter bullshit. Because what are you saying? If we believe that, if I believe the guy who tried to overthrow an American election is a threat to democracy, I can't say that. I mean, Trump's called Kamala Harris a Marxist. Trump called Joe Biden a communist. So if a Trump supporter believes that Kamala Harris is a Marxist, and then that supporter tries to commit an act of violence against Kamala Harris, Donald Trump incited that? No. No, that's bullshit. That's an attempt to silence people who oppose Trump. There are many of us who are opposing Donald Trump for that very reason, because we believe he is a threat to democracy. He didn't accept his election loss in 2020, and he will not accept his election loss this year if he loses. And by the way, if he loses this year, he will not accept the result, and Donald Trump will incite violence again, just like he did in 2020. He'll do it again. No, that's not at all rhetoric that incites people, crazy people, mad people, sick people to go after Donald Trump. That's an effort to silence all of us. That's an effort, Trump supporters, to silence speech. And you need to stop that. You need to stop that. What happened yesterday is horrible. It should be condemned by all of us. I can say that because I believe it. And I can say that. And I can also say, I'm glad that Donald Trump is unharmed, because I want to beat Trump at the ballot box, because I believe Trump is a threat to democracy. Like I can say ballots. It's about ballots and not bullets. I can say that. We all should say that. We settle our disputes at the ballot box. We don't settle our disputes with bullets. Now, come on, Trump supporter. Come on, a progressive Trump hater. Don't we all agree with that? Like that should be easy. And by the way, that connects. What happened yesterday is horrific. Trump remains a threat to democracy. What happened yesterday is horrific. Donald Trump spews more hate and incites more violence in this country than anybody else. He needs to stop that. We all need to shun and abhor political violence, because in America, damn it, we don't settle things with bullets. We settle things with ballots. We settle things at the ballot box. Donald Trump Jr. came out this morning and said, "Oh, it's just horrible. I had to have the conversation again with my 5 children," Don Jr. did, "about why these crazy leftists are trying to kill their grandfather." And again, Junior doesn't know that this guy or the guy in Pennsylvania is a crazy leftist. It doesn't matter, because the truth no longer matters to too many Trump supporters. In fact, I've said it before, Trump's greatest legacy is the destruction of truth. Sean Hannity last night said this guy took shots at Trump. Hannity said that last night. He did not. Authorities right now are saying that this would-be assassin never fired his gun, but that didn't stop Hannity from lying. Junior saying that the guy who was going to try to kill his father was a leftist. Junior does not know that, but that doesn't matter. But Junior bemoaning the fact that he's got to tell his 5 children, explain to them why people want their grandfather dead. And my response to Junior was, "I'm sorry, Don Jr. I'm sorry. It sucks that you've had to have that conversation again with your children about why people would want to kill their grandfather. I'm sorry, Don Jr., that you've had to have that conversation with your kids. But doggone it, Junior, have you also had the other conversation with your children about why their grandfather, when he lost an election and refused to concede, about why that's wrong?" Junior, did you have that conversation with your children too? I'm assuming, Junior, that you've taught your children and you teach your children that when they lose in an athletic contest, in any athletic contest, they line up and they congratulate, they shake the hands of the winning team. I'm sure, Junior, that you've had that talk, that's what you've taught your children to do. So, Junior, have you explained to your children that it was wrong for their grandfather not to shake the hand of and congratulate the winner when he lost the election 4 years ago? And did you explain to your children, Junior, that it's wrong for your father to be such a sore loser, to be the opposite, Junior, of what I'm sure you've taught your kids to be? Junior, did you have that conversation with your children too? And Junior, did you have the other conversation with your children that it's wrong to lie about people in order to spread hate? Like, did you have the conversation with your children, Junior, that Haitians in Springfield, Ohio are not killing dogs and cats? Junior, did you have that conversation with your children? And did you tell your children, Junior, that it's very, very wrong of their grandfather to lie about these Haitian migrants? Did you have that conversation, Junior, with your children? Because I want to assume, Junior, Don Junior, that you tell your kids how important it is to tell the truth. Right, Don Junior? It's wrong to lie. And Trump, their grandfather, your father, Junior, has been lying now for over a week about these Haitian migrants eating dogs and cats. Have you also had that conversation, Don Jr., with your children? You see, come on. Come on. We're 51 days out from an election. Every American should condemn what happened yesterday. Donald Trump needs to stop being the megaphone for hate and insightful rhetoric leading to violence in this country. Trump needs to stop that. And by the way, after Election Day, when somebody wins and somebody loses, the candidate that loses needs to concede, needs to accept the will of the people, and needs to congratulate the winner. Now, I know Kamala Harris will do all of that if she loses. And right now, I know Donald Trump won't do any of that if he loses. And that will lead to further violence in this country. So we can this Monday morning condemn it all. Condemn political violence, condemn hate, condemn people, candidates who will not do the right, patriotic, and decent thing and accept the will of the people. We should condemn it all. Hate. Donald Trump yesterday in all caps. I hate Taylor Swift. He said that. I don't want hate to be the face or the voice of this country again. Because hate on both sides leads to violence. Hate leads to violence. And that's what we saw yesterday. That's what we saw yesterday. So I'll just ask everybody, time like this, be an American. Be a good American. Don't you dare make light of an attempted assassination of a candidate for president of the United States. My Democratic friends, don't you dare do that. And my Republican friends, my Trump supporting friends, what happened yesterday was not at all surprising, because Donald Trump is out there every single day spewing hate at this person or that, this group of people or them. Every day he's doing it. Every day Trump is raising the temperature. Every day he's scaring people. He's inflaming people. He's arousing people to hate. So it's no surprise that a hateful person was prepared to take it out on him. I'm going to stop there. Okay, I don't thank you everybody for listening. TikTok, thank you. I don't want to engage right now. I want everybody to think about what I've said, knowing that many of you won't think about what I've said, knowing that many of you, most of you, will say, fuck it, I'm over here in my political corner, and I'm going to keep doing my thing. Like the left, like I've heard this for the last 24 hours from people on the right. Joe, it's only the people on the left who engage in political violence. And I've heard from plenty of people on the left. Hey, Joe, it's only the people on the right who engage in political violence. Bullshit. A pox on both your houses. That's the problem. If you think the hate and the dangerous rhetoric and the incitement to violence is coming from only the other side and not your side, you're not being honest. You are being way too divisive and too tribal. Neither side has a monopoly on hate. I've said Trump's the biggest mouth, putting the biggest megaphone, putting hate out there. And I believe that. But Trump is the biggest. He is the ugliest. He is the cruelest. But hating the other side, hating the person who disagrees with you, wanting to destroy the person that disagrees with you, wanting nothing to do with the other, hating people who don't look like you. Man, neither side has a monopoly on any of that. So until we meet again tomorrow, just reflect upon that. It's not just the other side. It's your side too. Have a good week. Be brave.
Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.